So the month of April is a very busy month for the arable crops. When we think about spring cereals such as spring barley and spring wheat, then the key thing is to build that biomass as quickly as we can, both above ground and below ground. The first thing to do is not delay that final nitrogen application. As soon as it's up in rows, get that final dose of nitrogen on. When it comes to other things to think about is building that biomass both above ground and below ground in terms of root and shoot growth. Here we can use compounds like phosphites, like seaweed extracts, like amino acids. All will help deliver that biomass as quickly as possible. And with spring barley, adding in biostimulants can also help support things like ramillaria, which is caused by abiotic stress. When we think of winter cereals, such as winter barley and winter wheat, we'll be approaching that T1 fungicide. Between growth stage 30 and 31 is when the crop turns from the foundation stage to the construction stage. At this point, we think about grain set. Micronutrients that are important at this stage would include things like boron, copper and zinc. So it's a great time to assess with tissue testing the status of your crop and treat accordingly. Also, these crops that are going into stem extension, they're going to put on growth really quickly. They need feeding. Things like nitrogen, critical to not delay that final application or that main application. Don't forget foliar feeding through the leaf. Things like foliar NPK products can really stimulate the crop and also will help in general plant health. And now's the time to think about biofertilizers, a completely new subject. But now is the time to think about applying them, particularly the leaf applied ones when we've got that biomass there to maximize them. To utilise that nitrogen in any crop, we can use compounds like pedolic acid that are found in a number of biostimulant products and also some foliar nitrogen products. These are really important with crops like oilseed rape. When that crop starts to flower, there's a peak demand for things like magnesium, nitrogen. Not forgetting other micronutrients, however, these should have already been dealt with. But feeding the crop with nitrogen and magnesium at this late stage can maintain green leaf, can improve oil content and final yield. So now's the time to think about including them with those flowering fungicides on oilseed rape, and also the biostimulant products, the compounds like pedolic acid that can really help drive that nitrogen utilisation to make sure we're getting the most out of that important input. As ever, a lot going on, but do not forget nutrition products. Speak with your Procam agronomist today who can advise the best solution for what your crop requires.